In the town of Warsaw, there is no bigger sport than wrestling and no bigger name than Paddock.
But this story is not about wins and state titles. Rather, an amazing comeback one wrestler named Paddock made to get back on the mat. Sports director Mike Catalana here with this story.
Guys, you know, in sports, we often use terms like determination and comeback and perseverance. And in many cases, we're talking about an athlete returning from something like a knee injury. But not tonight. Tonight, those words mean so much more, as our John Doss tells the story of Warsaw's Aaron Paddock.
By definition, wrestling is a struggle.
You don't give up, you fight. If you're on your back, you fight, you don't give up.
Some call Warsaw's Paddock family New York State's first family of wrestling. And 2 years ago, its youngest son, Aaron, looked like he may be the best of the bunch. He ranked 7th in the state in his weight class as a 7th grader. But in August of 2011, it looked like Aaron may have met his match.
I was 2 houses down, and I heard my oldest son crying, screaming. He was screaming. And I see Aaron in his brother Burke's arms, covered with blood, unconscious.
I just heard Ian yell my name a few times and said, "Get Aaron." And I just turned around and I seen Aaron him hit his knees and then fall over.
While helping to trim a tree in the family's yard, Aaron was struck in the head with a large limb that had fallen some 50 feet. Within 30 minutes, he was being mercy flighted to Buffalo.
All we got was bad news. You know, they said a week. This first week, he may live, he may die, you know.
The day that I went up to the hospital and I saw him laying there in the bed is the hardest thing to see. It just made me realize how valuable everything really is.
But wrestling is about more than mechanics. It's about perseverance, when the weight of reality is not just on your shoulders, but is pinning you to the ground.
And it's what you do once that happens that makes you either go forward or backwards, because of his determination, his stubbornness, and the fact that his family and the wrestling family almost willed him back to health.
Doctors told his family he'd never talk again. And then he spoke. They told the Paddocks Aaron would never walk again. And then he walked. But most assuredly, doctors said he'd never wrestle again. But stubborn old Aaron Paddock was determined to win. And last Friday night, just 16 months after doctors wondered if he'd live, let alone function, Aaron Paddock returned to the mat at Warsaw.
Those headlocks are gonna keep coming. You gotta keep your head up.
And just as he had before and in the hospital, Aaron won.
To tell you the truth, I just try not to cry. I'm just so happy and blessed.
When it popped in my head, I knew that it may take a while, but there's no doubt that I'd be wrestling on the mat again.
And Aaron is not just back on the mat, he's back. He was just named the wrestler of the meet this past weekend at a tournament in Attica. He's going full force, too. No real restrictions. Wow. He is healthy. You can see the scars, but that is some impressive young man.
You're going to put that story online, I'm
yes,
sure.
so people can access it on 13WHAM.com.
You've got to think what he knew going into the accident before that really helped him in his recovery.
Absolutely.
That strength and
that strength,
perseverance.
determination, that family, that whole Warsaw wrestling family, all of them together, getting him back.
Good
Great
for
story.
him. Yeah, congratulations, Aaron.